something like on time. But yet and still, the Alcatraz locked in. Whew. Do y'all make it to y'all job on time every day? Apologies for my tardy. I do really sincerely apologize. I was I was a victim of my own celebrity. I got accosted in the smoke shop as I stopped to get some blunts, and they wouldn't let me get out of there without taking a picture or two. I apologize. I told them look, people are waiting for me. I need to go. I got places to be, people to do. But I made it. Welcome to the show, Psycho-Babble. And I'm the captain of this ship, Big Vino. Crazy part is, I had a thought today. I had a real genuine thought today. I thought to myself, you know, people don't care if they're right. They just want to be heard. Let me say it again. People don't want to be right. They just want to be heard. Yeah. It's common practice now to speak before all the facts are presented. You know, everybody just wants to be the first one to have a hot take on some shit. They want to speak. They want their comment to be the one that is the one most heard. They want to be the most liked, to be the most trending, to be the viral comment that takes over. And they will go viral at the expense of being incorrect. We like to call it nowadays being loud and wrong. Just being loud and wrong. And for me personally, I just can't be that. I can't be loud and wrong, because not only now do you have to apologize, I feel like when you're wrong and loud, you got to apologize as loud. You ever seen a nigga be wrong and loud and then try to whisper an apology? That don't work for me. That don't really, it don't weigh the same. Don't have the same weight. Let your apology be as loud as how wrong you was. Now, again, I will say, I don't personally like being wrong. So I tend to sit back and make sure I got all the facts before I start throwing my loud ass opinion around. Because I know I can be loud. I know I'm going to be loud. But I'm going to be right. And if it comes with the point of not being the first to say it, or having to wait for all the facts to come so I can put a real, you know, honest opinion to what was going on, like, because people, there's a situation going on right now with one of my, you know, one of the pioneers in this rap thing. Let's just call him let's just say he used to run around with Winnie the Pooh. But there was a lot of opinions about this man because of some allegations that were made. And now that the facts are coming out, a lot of people who were loud and wrong about it are quietly retracting their statements. And I personally, like, you know, I've never been one to say I told you so, but in situations like that, yeah, I told you so. I feel like you can avoid a lot of I told you so's and a lot of I had to eat those words, or I have to humbly put my hat in my chest and apologize, if you'd just took a moment to get it right. But I forget. You want to be heard. You don't want to be right. It's crazy. We got the crew in the building tonight. You know, I don't do this by myself. This whole Psycho-Babble thing is a big production. And I am so happy that they waited for me to get here and allowed me a moment to be tardy. I'm sorry, folks. Look, blame my celebrity, don't blame me. But my partner in crime here, junior therapist associate in training, she's in the building. What up, though? Miss DamnItPhilly, what's happening?
I ain't got nobody riding by my house.
You want me to there you go.
I said, I ain't got nobody riding by my house, so I'm okay.
There was a creeping. There was some creeping going on too. I had to do a couple laps before I made it back to the house.
I said, oh yeah, that was going on with Vino. Let me.
Yeah.
He on his way. He on his way, but he might be handling something right now.
But I can assure you I was not behind the Little Caesars. My spiritual consigliere in the building. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Benny Blanco Perry. What's happening, bro?
What up? Times of comfort and joy. Now, what the fuck you got going on with people chasing you in the streets?
Man, look, between today, I had a stalker. I done had some fans recognize me. I'm not mad at the fans. The stalker, though, that's a whole nother case. Like, I don't know who put my address out there, but they was just riding through the neighborhood. I'm like, I don't got the kind of neighborhood you just ride through. I live in a cul-de-sac. You ain't just going. You've been to my house, Benny. You ain't gonna just ride through my neighborhood.
That's a quadruple sack because it's multiple cul-de-sacs.
When you get to one end, you got to turn around and come back around and ride past all the cul-de-sacs.
I've been 6 times and been lost 7 times going through there, so you don't just ride through there. Yeah,
multi-sacked is crazy.
Yeah,
that deserves a pause. Good job, Phil. Pause. Multi-sack.
Multi-sack.
Shout out to Kels Morton in the building. I thought they was gonna call you up to duty, Kels. I was nervous. Something doing some bullshit.
I just heard multiple sacks, so I was like, "Does the meat match?" Never mind.
No little meats. No little meats.
No little meats. No little meats. No
little meats.
You know what?
Doing?
Since you've been going,
no little meats because they wouldn't be driving through these sacks if it was little meats.
You know what, Kale? Since you've been going, that ain't even been a conversation no more. It ain't even been a conversation no more since you've been gone. But now you back and we can bring it back.
All the shenanigans.
Did you just say bring back the big meats? Pause.
The big meats. Arby's. I should do Arby's commercials. We love the meats.
Shout out to my brother from the city of brotherly love. Give it up for Superfly.
What's going on, y'all?
Man, we outside, man. Just been a long
get my conversation started ready.
I done had a started conversation, man. I was, you know, I really be in a place where sometimes I forget the good I do sometimes. I've done so much fuck shit in my life that it'd be feeling good sometimes when you just walk in. Somebody be like, "Hey, I know you," and you'd be like, because I get that, when it first started happening, I get that moment of trepidation where I'm like, "Where you know me from? What I do to you?" But now it's more like, "Oh, where you see me at? Yeah, okay, that's what's up. Oh man, you was funny as hell this weekend, bro. You was." And then when it happens to be a young lady, it's nicer. You be one to entertain it. I wish I could entertain it more than I do. Sometimes I really wish I could be like, "Well, yeah, baby, But I just be like, "Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that." And then because they always ended off. This is how all my interactions end off with young ladies. "Oh, and you smell good. You smell so good."
Was this at the club?
No, this just happened a couple minutes ago at the smoke shop. I went to go get some blunts real quick. They called me. It was like, "Yo, you really do be smoking?" "Yes, I be smoking, man."
They be on.
They don't be on me. They be pretending to be on me. They
be on him.
I know what it is now. I'm a man of stout mental discipline, and they want to see if they could break my discipline. That's what it is. They want to see how stupid they can get me to act. I'm peeping that more and more. They want me to come out of character, because that always be the choice. "Oh, you did this for her. Why don't you ain't never did that for me?" "Oh, Phil, they pissed off I flew you out somewhere. They absolutely pissed off that I flew you out." "Oh, you can fly out, but I can't get $20 for gas." "I just sucked your dick all night. I can't get $20 for gas." It was a horrible blowjob.
I got these
lot
two
of teeth.
cheeseburgers.
A lot of teeth.
I got these two cheeseburgers.
Well, you say I can't get 20 for gas, but you get this bitch jet fuel. Okay. She get jet fuel though. She get jet fuel.
Jet fuel.
and then they really hate it when I say I ain't even have to give them none. I ain't even have to show them my toes, nothing. We just we had a wonderful time.
Well, they're gonna be really pissed when they find out you flew her into one city and out of another.
And you drove her across state lines.
No, don't say that out loud. That's how they got killed.
They slide. They sliding down the wall.
I wasn't kidnapped, but we did go across state lines.
I've never took anybody across state lines for any reason whatsoever.
Multiple
states.
Yeah,
y'all trying to send me up the river. I keep telling you.
And he let me meet my homies. I got to meet Superfly. I got to meet Haas.
They gonna say, "Oh man, they about to have me indicted." I just said they just want to be heard. They don't want to be right.
No, they invented the Sean Corey clause now. You ain't got to worry about that no more. It's okay under the Sean Corey clause to fly your friends out, as long as they fly from one place and get picked back up in another place. So you did it right.
And I made it back. I made it back to my home.
And it can be no liquid lubrication involved.
Yeah, there was no baby oil involved at all.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I gotta take a moment to acknowledge Benny's hairstyle tonight.
I wasn't gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm fucking with it. I like it.
He got the vibes like that badass niece. Everybody know a badass niece or a little cousin.
Yeah, they do this. You got games in your phone? He got you got games in your phone face.
What games you not you got any? What games you got in your phone? They just know you got shit in your joint. They know you just play games. You just
That's
can't
what
wait
my
to charge
pony.
your phone to kill your battery with games.
That's what my ponytails used to look like when my stepdad had to do my hair because my mama was out of town. One would be up here, the other would be down there.
Brooklyn wanted to fix them early. I said, no. I said, these motherfuckers need to know I'm a bad motherfucker.
Should have said they need to know I'm a crackhead.
They need to know I'm bad. It's the puffs, man.
Man, oh man.
It's like the little girl on Baby Kids.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like a badass little kid.
Hold on, I gotta pull up my notes for this evening because this evening's show comes with notes because we're gonna be talking about something real. We're gonna talk about big people words tonight. And when I say big people words, you know, I'm not a stranger of using a 4-syllable word to kind of confuse a person in the middle of a debate, you know, to exercise my, mental superiority and mastery of the English language and vocabulary. But as always, we be getting out of hand with these words. These words they're used loosely to say it nicely. Now, I'm going to say it plainly is y'all niggas don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Most of the time, you people use words and you are completely doing it wrong. And that was kind of the intent of this whole show, Psycho-Babble, because I got a little annoyed with people using these psychoanalysis and therapy words and not using them accurately. And, even though we've been there before, I feel like every now and then it's okay to revisit and just, do a little catch up on something, just like, let me just refresh
They do it in church.
Yeah, they do it in church. They read all the scriptures every single day. And you just refresh yourself on a former topic. So today I want to talk about big people words and how y'all are using them like little people, meaning children. Because we are getting more and more accustomed to being loud and wrong. One of the favorite words that get thrown around a lot, and I'm glad we don't really use it here. It's only really one person who uses it here, but they are kind of accurate in their assessment. The word is narcissist. Everything nowadays, when you get any kind of blowback with a person or somebody makes you feel some type of way, they're a narcissist. Now, I got a couple of definitions here, and I want to read this one about narcissists. It tells us, most of the time, what we think the word narcissist means is you acted rude and selfish, so you must be a narcissist. Now, everybody has moments of being rude and or selfish. That is a common practice amongst people. Like no one is above that. No one is above being rude and selfish at a time. Mm-hmm. But the actual act of being a narcissist is a consistent pattern of entitlement, lack of empathy, and exploitation of others. A consistent pattern of entitlement, lack of empathy, and exploitation of others. The actual psychological diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder is only present in 1% of the population. Now, you see how deep that got? 1% of the population is actually narcissistic. That means you have to have a consistent, like the simple fact of, if you've ever asked yourself, was that a narcissistic moment? That automatically disqualifies you from being a narcissist, because a narcissist wouldn't even contemplate how their actions hurt a person. It says a lack of empathy. Now, have any of us ever called somebody a narcissist? Like, have you ever really ran into a narcissist? Like, thinking back at listening to that definition, how many narcissists have you actually run into? This is for everybody, even the people in the comments. Talk to it. Shout out to everybody watching on Instagram. Come check us out on YouTube, man. You get a lot more.
I mean, I had a consumer that I used to care for that was being the narcissist and some of his stuff, and he was also a psychopath, so he had no sense of empathy at all, no sense of emotion. Like he wouldn't be, he had no remorse. He could just do some shit and be cool with it. Like I don't want to talk on why he was my consumer for the company I was in, but we had, a very challenging demographic of people dealing with IDD that were also offenders of different types, and
IDD. Can you break that down for the people at home, just in case they don't know?
Intellectual developmental disorders.
There you go. Got to break it down because we using big words today. So we got to make sure we're responsible about defining these big words and acronyms.
Yeah. I was about to ask
Layman
you.
terms.
I was about to ask too.
Layman terms. If we was talking to nigga, they'd be like, "Oh, that baby touched," or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I was gonna ask you. You run 2 banners to. Does it allow you to do 2 banners?
Yeah.
You said 2 banners.
Yeah. Or the scrolling banners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll say put that definition of narcissist again.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to type all that right now.
You're asking for a lot, brother.
These definitions are readily available on YouTube, not YouTube, but on Google. They're Googleable, as my
ChatGPT, Ask Meta, anybody,
Yep.
Let's sit up with Meta every now and then.
Or give them some work to do. Well, I only got one phone, and I ain't want to ask the definition of narcissist for the 5th time, but I need to hear it one more time. That way I can
tell you that. That's no problem. You want me to run it back? I got you. Narcissist.
Yeah.
So I think in my line of work, go ahead. I'm sorry.
A constant pattern of entitlement, lack of empathy, and exploitation of others. A consistent pattern.
Corey Head. My homeboy Corey Head is definitely a narcissist. He is the one. I kind of end up calling them misers when it comes down to. And my cousin, I got another cousin that's like that too. My cousin BG is definitely a narcissist. They will get all they can from out of whatever situation they're in with the least amount of input as possible on their end. And they will manipulate and pull and tug to get what they want when they want it by scheming or, being a little slithery in their actions. Like, Head is the type, if we all rolling up, he gonna roll up last, hoping that niggas is tapped out by the time he get to his blunt so he can leave with his blunt. Or if Head will go and get food, but then see niggas is cooking, leave his food in the car and come on in and enjoy whatever we eating and then take his shit back home and now he got a meal for tomorrow. Or, if it's a deal with the bud or, any type of everybody putting up an equal amount, he's going to find out how close it is to the amount before he put his up. He ain't gonna just be like, all right, everybody putting up a dub, here go my dub. He'll be like, well, yo, we got 95 of the 100, so why can't I just put the other 5 in? But then he want the $20 worth of whatever we get or whatever we doing. So yeah, definitely my homeboy Corey Head.
That's some slimy ass shit.
All day long. Like he literally, when he do his 1-2 and shit, he literally comes out with just enough to hit off who he hits off. Like he don't come out or he ain't bringing nothing extra to the table. I let that man borrow porno one time, and then when I went to go get it back, he said it was past 3 months, so it belonged to him now.
Oh.
And you
I
can't
don't
just
think
get
that's
in this
how it
house
works.
and get your shit back. So it's like, he ended up telling me about it. I'm like, nigga, that's the one I let you borrow. Oh, I'd have had it 3 months now, so that's technically, mine, return policy is this nigga, I'm not a store. I let
Oh,
you
did you say
borrow.
a
Who you talking about?
porno?
This ain't Blockbuster.
Huh?
Did you say
Porno.
porno?
Yeah.
PORNO?
No,
Yeah.
Kels is cockbusters. Pause.
Oh goodness.
Blockbusters.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, guys do shit that girls don't do. So
Yeah.
girls ain't loaning pornos out,
No, I got one
I
from
seen the
somebody
link for
before.
Triple X.
You said
Got
triple. So yeah, but misers, they got it and they can help the situation much faster, but they choose not to. They prefer to put up the minimum amount for whatever it is. So but take the maximum that they can get. They want yours and they want theirs and a little bit of yours, but they only want to put out a little bit of theirs. Yeah, I know a few, but he definitely comes to the top of mine, my homeboy, and he know it. You tell him that shit, he gonna smile and be like, yeah,
No, there
Mr.
are some
Nageless.
people. There are some people who are narcissists and they know that they're narcissists, and because they can recognize it in themselves, they're like Juicy calls herself a narcissist all the time.
But
But
she
I think
displays those traits.
right. I think that is something that, and I mean, she's not here to defend herself, but I believe that it's something that she's working on, but that's been in her for so long. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to come down from those old personality traits that we've already been instilled with. I'm not sure how long that she's recognized that she's been a narcissist, but I know in my life I would identify my ex-husband as a narcissist. But what's funny about that is that if you ask him, I believe that he's a narcissist, and he's a narcissist that calls other people narcissists to kind of make you feel a certain way about other people. Be like, well, they did this. No, but I'm not talking about what they did. I'm talking about what you did. And so, like that lack of empathy, that sense of entitlement, that I need attention right now, and so I'm going to do this, that, and the other, and not just taking a real accountability for what you've done or how you've moved. Always finding a reason to try to be validated in what you've done versus saying, you know what, I probably did this. It might not can't even acknowledge the fact that, that might have been wrong. I probably could have handled this a certain way. And I think that that's the thing that really makes a narcissist is that part right there, not acknowledging that you've ever done anything possibly wrong.
So
Yeah. And that's why I said, if you can ask yourself, am I wrong here? Or did I do, like, am I out of pocket? Like I told you that one person said I'm a narcissist, one person said I'm an empath.
Mm-hmm.
How can I be empathetic if I'm a narcissist? Those are two
a
completely
narcissistic empath, you a hybrid.
That's why
But
that don't even exist.
No,
none
I
of us
think
are all the same way at the same time. So it is possible to be a narcissistic empath if you know. It's like knowing better but just not doing better in the moment. So you still an empath because when it's really tugging at your heartstrings, you're gonna do the right thing. But
But
like, I
then
could be
that's
a
the
narcissist.
empathy
I could get
there's a
over. I
different
could get
word
over on
for it.
people.
yeah.
And
Because that's
I think that there's a
empathy. And that's
different word for it, and we just don't know what it is right now because we haven't
So is that
looked it up.
manipulative?
Yeah,
Is that
no,
narcissistic manipulation?
no, a narcissistic, it says, and a fundamental lack of empathy. It's a lack thereof. There's no empathy in it.
yeah, there's
So
no
your
you're not
corporate
able to
boss.
say like you could intentionally put hands on somebody and It'd be wrong. You wrong, and you have no empathy for putting hands on somebody. Like every person I beat up, I wish I didn't have to have beaten up. I wish we didn't have to fight. That's the empathy in me saying, I wish I didn't have to go that far with this person. So again, I don't think I can be narcissistic. I've had people say I'm a narcissist, but I'm still looking for the proof of that. Yeah, I can do things. And go ahead.
I think in my field, I deal with a lot of white males. Okay. And I'm not going to say all of them are like that, but a good percentage is. Because the entitlement, I don't even think that they know that they're entitled, if that makes sense.
They don't.
So
we live in the same area, so I see a lot of those same people. They don't. They don't even know they're entitled.
They don't even know it. So there's been times where I didn't even get angry at any situation because I don't think they even know or are aware. Mm-hmm. And the empathy, the lack of empathy, and the lack of awareness, and then the entitlement, consistent entitlement, is the description of a lot of people that I've worked with. Mm-hmm. But have I been all those things? Yes, I have, but not completely all at once. Yes, not consistently, but I have been all of those things.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Doesn't the military basically train your mind to become a narcissist? Murder, kill, we get the win, blah blah blah. We're the best, and then you get a ranking system that makes you feel bigger than what you probably really are at home or wherever. Because I think that some people, they go home and they have this huge title or this huge rank in the military, and then they get home and I'm supposed to look at you the same way at home as your people do at work. And I think that that's like a trained brain to feel like that. And I don't think that's a purposeful thing as far as like when you're outside of the military, but when you're in the military, I think that that's what y'all are trained to believe.
I think there is a disposition of ethics. Okay, we have to train to treat each other with respect in the workplace, but we are also, on the flip side of that, we're trained to kill and not feel bad about it upon order. So only when the boss says it's okay for us to go and do that, mm-hmm, that's when the empathy gets shut off. Only at that moment.
Yeah. What happened when the boss is a wild orange man?
But I don't think of it as, I don't think of it as a lack of empathy. I think that of it as to protect. I'm protecting the country. I'm protecting my family. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. I'm not thinking about who the other people are, the families. We're not thinking about that. We're thinking about what they could do to us, not what we're doing to them.
Mm-hmm. On that same token, right? I was looking at a video and it was like footage of 9/11 and how it was showing that it was never a plane that hit the buildings and everything, and how the explosions came from inside of the actual buildings. How it was all staged, and
no, planes actually hit the building.
Yeah, they did. The jet fuselage was on the ground.
I seen those videos. They're just saying that it could not have collapsed the whole building. It would took down a piece of the building.
I don't think
that footage of the plane that hit the building, it showed the plane going through the building, and the nose was still intact when it came from the other side of the building, in which those planes, the same type of plane had a massive dent in it just from while it was flying. A bird hit it, because those vents, the nose of the planes are very hollow. They're plastic.
Yeah.
So that's how it's that was a digital plane added to that.
But it was like a knife cut through the building. because you got to remember that that jet was moving at 500 miles per hour. That's like a butter knife cutting through something at 500 miles per hour.
So what I was getting to though was to ask, like, when you how does it feel like, or if it ever has been a point where you feel like you were put on task, but then you found out that that task was like not really what they said it was.
That's
That's
not
the
my
kind
But
of
that's not my
that's the
lane,
kind of
dog.
it's still like another 20, 30 years before 9/11
that's
is
why my cousin
declassified.
that's why my cousin like dropped out of the army. Like, and
Right, because
he dealt heavy with PTSD afterwards, like to the
yeah,
point where for years, like he would just be like, anybody seen Malik? And we would just have to just pray that everything was cool. He spent a year living in Peru, like he travels the world and stuff, just being off the grid because of that military experience and how he don't trust the government anymore and all of those types of things.
Look,
like
look, look.
I'm not in the position to
Y'all ain't gonna
say how
mess
I
up
feel. Right.
Kale's plead the fifth. Y'all ain't gonna mess
Yeah, I
up Kale's
understand.
retirement.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what
no,
I'm
She
saying.
ain't
no
I'm
out
not in
cap.
a
there.
position to say how I feel, but I will say
She ain't out
that
there.
I will say that when I put the uniform on and I swore in to execute the orders appointed over me. So if the boss say this is what it is, now when I disagree, it's time to go. So when I retire, I can be vocal about it. But right now, I can't say nothing until I get this check. Okay.
Right. So this I'm gonna say what she wanna say and can't say. Uh when stuff gets declassified, like right now about the aliens finally being declassified and who killed JFK, it's normally after it's normally 10 or 20 or 30 years after somebody's deployment and run in the military is done anyway. So there is really not too many people that's going to be vocal about it because think about it. They talking about the alien stuff from the 70s now. That stuff is finally getting declassified. We're in 2026. So it's like a 50-year window where you can't really have too much rage about it when in 30 years they bring up that 9/11 was an inside job and that building was demolished and not torn down by, an aircraft. But she's we're 20, 30 years away from them even admitting that shit, no matter how much proof you show. So just
Nah, they
like
they
when
never
you
gonna
sign
say
for the
that because that
military,
mean they murdered
the one reason
thousands
why
of
I never
Americans.
the one reason why I never wanted to join up is because, like she said, yeah, your family is your first thought, but it's in that paperwork that if they tell you to come and attack the US and shut down the US, that's where they about to come to. So martial law is going to be inflicted by the military if it's ever done. The police ain't going to do it. The police don't have no say so. It's in the paperwork that they are for the liberty and justice of the country and the establishment of the government. They could give a fuck about the people. So the military truthfully don't protect us. They protect our rights and freedoms from what the government says. So this the shit she can't say because she ain't retired yet. So it's a lot of underlying stuff when it comes down to protecting your country. That's why they call us civilians. They are soldiers, and soldiers come first. A civilian ain't shit. That's why when you see in the movies, they be like, how you handling civilian life? Oh man, it's killing me. Because there's certain liberties and justices that they have on foreign soil being a soldier that they can't do over here as a civilian or a retired soldier civilian. Because once you out, you're a civilian now. You still got that, you got your rank and your paperwork saying that this is what I was, but you're not in no more. You're not active duty. If you ain't active duty and they say, hey, go here and shut this down, then that's where they going to shut it down.
So, I
I
have
just
dealt with a lot of like
mhm.
uh anxiety, PTSD. I have insomnia, like I have sleeping pills. Like it's very like 9/11 happened while I was on deployment and I watched it real
Things she
time.
seen.
So
Yeah,
it
my
took me a
homie
long
signed up.
time to fly and trust people. Like I would literally watch people to see if they're going to the bathroom. Like that's how
Mhm.
serious it is. Like I was
I can
like
believe it.
tripping, I'm 20 years old and I'm looking to see if this lady's coming back from the bathroom. How long was she in there? Because I feel like they gonna set off a bomb in this motherfucker. It's that serious. I'm looking for the air marshal. Like, who's the air marshal on here? Who got a weapon? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is.
And you see what? That goes into the next word that is often misused. Triggered.
Yeah.
See, some people think that triggered means the situation or a person made you uncomfortable. Fuck uncomfortable. The real definition of triggered is an exaggerated emotional reaction tied to a deeper unresolved wound. Like watching someone get blown up by IED. Therefore, every time somebody's moving weird, you checking to see if they left some shit.
Let me tell you. It's the truth.
Motherfucking, I've been shot at. So when I see people in crowds with their hands in their pockets, I kind of get a little
I'm looking.
more on them. I'm like, hey.
And that's the thing with them. Now, all right. So you, as a former street pharmaceuticalist and pimp and so forth and so on, the things that may trigger you on the street, if you see, like you said, people in the crowd with their hands in their pocket, on Kale's end, because of different types and styles of IUDs and shit like that, a bag of chips might be the detonator to a bomb that could blow up something in your vicinity. So
hell, it could be on them. It could be on a person.
They use different things and tactics to get motherfuckers. Like, so I had a homeboy, I mean, he's dead now, and that's one thing. Almost, I do the same thing with inmates that I do with military. I don't ask them, I'm not gonna ask you who you killed. I'm not gonna ask you what missions you've been on, if you ever shot anybody, none of that other shit, because I know that stuff sometimes bothers them. I had a homeboy say he would sleep in trees for 3 and 4 days at a time. He was a sniper. And not be able to, and have to use the bathroom on yourself while you sitting in a tree waiting for them to give you the go ahead to hit your target. And when he came home, he ended up getting himself killed because he still was itching for that action and that, other shit. He started robbing card games. But
he went dead prayers on him.
Yeah, and got set up, and he got set up by some folks and caught one to the head. One of my young homeboys, but and same with the prison people. I don't ask them what they've done, whether it's murder or whatever, because you never know what they're in there for. But you never know what could be the thing that sparks that shit off. And those are true triggers. You know what I'm saying? Like speeding in the car is a trigger for me when it comes down to the car accident. Mm-hmm. If you getting up to speed and I don't feel comfortable that you got it, I'm kind of going, start going through the motions. And that's because you've already experienced a trauma. And if it's something that you made it out of, it's hard to motherfucking face it again and think that the odds are still going to be in your favor one more time.
Yeah, I had a moment where I had to actually, and I may have not handled it properly. I mean, I handled it properly on my end, I feel, but I understand it a little better now that I'm discussing these things. But I triggered somebody before. There was a young lady, and she was particularly triggered by my verbiage. I tend to say the word bitch a lot. And she was absolutely triggered, even though I blame her for stop coming around me if you know I say the word bitch, and it triggers you. But apparently this young lady was triggered because, she had an incident where, it got very violent and abusive for her, and the person who was doing the abusing kept using the word bitch. And I'm sitting here trying to understand why she's having this unreasonable reaction to something that you're exposing yourself to. But there's really no explanation because that's just how triggers work.
Yeah.
And that is where I have to sit back and understand it is an exaggerated, unreasonable reaction. Like, just because you get upset by something, that triggered me. No, you're just upset by it. It was a rational being upset. You can keep control of yourself. An unreasonable exaggerated reaction.
Mhm.
And that is when I have to take into consideration, oh, I triggered this bitch. I mean this person. I'm sorry.
No, you said it the way that you would have normally said it.
Well, I said, yeah.
But okay, so in using your example, I think that there's a way that we can handle those things, because I'm not just going to meet you one day and know your trigger and you're around me and you know that I say the word bitch, and then you just say stop saying that because I don't like that you use that verbiage, but I like my verbiage, so I don't want to change it just because you don't like it. I think that's when there should have been a point where y'all had a conversation with each other, and she should have been that person that told you. Shouldn't have had to hear that third hand information of why this person didn't like the word bitch.
Okay.
So
And I like that because that actually brings me to my next point.
boundaries.
Boundaries. You already knew where I was going. And you see, most people read boundaries as cut people off when they frustrate you or telling people what they can or can't do around you.
Mhm.
That's not a boundary. You don't just cut people off. The real part of boundaries is taking responsibility for how you show up with clarity, limits, and follow through. Meaning, you can't have a boundary if you have not clearly stated what that boundary is. I can't know the word bitch upsets you in the moment that the word bitch upsets you. Hey, I get crazy a little bit because when I had a situation where bitch, and I don't even know this part of the story because somebody else came to me and told me what it was. The person gave me no clarity on why they were tripping out the way they were.
Even though y'all had y'all's own personal relationship with each other, to where it could have been a private conversation.
Yeah, it could have been some private shit, but I got to find out from this third party why you're losing your shit all of a sudden. Why you've been triggered and unreasonable now as to how you're treating this whole situation. And so you can't say this is a boundary and I don't state what the boundary is. You can't be like, oh, I have a problem with this, so I'm just going to trip as soon as it happens. And then never tell a person why you tripped out. That's not setting a boundary. That's you trying to exercise control over another person without having to explain what the situation is. And that just don't work because, first of all, only person who could do that, only people who can tell you do what I say and don't worry why is your parent, your guardian.
No, and you know what? And that's funny because as we're going over these words, I'm just looking at it on Google, right? Mm-hmm. And so everything that he's saying, it can be found in a link somewhere. I'm just using Google, and it says boundaries are personal self-imposed rules that establish your limits and protect your well-being. They define what you will accept in relationships and dictate your own actions rather than attempting to control others' behavior. Rather than your okay, so I just want to make sure, like, this isn't just, spewing of words. No, this is actually, if you look it up, if you go into a dictionary, go on Google, Meta, wherever, it's all there.
A better practice of keeping safe boundaries is recognizing that something is beyond your limits and capacity of dealing with, and removing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
not trying to dictate how other people operate. You realize this is how they operate and that doesn't work for me. Let me remove myself. That's boundary setting. That's not, hey, you did this and I want you to stop. No, you're not setting no boundaries. You're trying to control the situation. That's a control issue.
Mhm.
I run into that so much in this world.
So I'm gonna ask a question then, especially when it has to do with boundaries. So let's just say I used to have a friend that would do the same thing all the time, and they know that I don't like it or that it hurt my feelings, and I say, hey, you keep doing that and it keeps hurting my feelings. I don't
Mhm.
like when you do that, and they apologize for it. I believe that my boundary was, hey, I'm tired of you knowing that you do this and you apologize for it, but you don't change the behavior. Is that when it becomes overstepping my boundaries, is when I let you know? Or is like sometimes are these things um or sometimes boundaries just well-known things that you
No,
know of?
I
boundary.
think it's what
No.
you tell them. You tell it once you
Yeah,
tell
you
it,
got to
because
tell. If it's a
the
boundary, you got to
therapist.
tell
Go
it.
ahead.
No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So that so therapy. The therapist said, if you don't like something uh to address conflict, you say, I don't
Mhm.
like it when.
Yep.
I don't like it if you. And you tell them, and you lay the platform and the foundation. Now, if they still break that barrier after you tell them, then that's disrespectful.
Mhm.
Then
Yep.
they know. Then they have a choice. And then now you can choose to walk away because you already set the boundary.
Yep.
Mm,
I think that in a scenario like that, I feel like I have two, like it's two boundaries. One, you're already doing something that I don't like, but two, I tell you, stop apologizing for a behavior that you're not going to change, that you know that you're going to repeat again. Um I an apology to me is nothing without action. You can apologize for doing it, but do you mean it if there's no action behind it? So now I feel like, okay, you're lying to me. So now we have another boundary that you've crossed, and I have to look into that and decide how I want to move with that boundary, with now multiple boundaries that you've crossed for me.
Yeah.
So,
Now,
um,
again, in the whole boundary thing, and I want to keep this at the
mm,
forefront of it because the key part, and I keep taking from the boundary conversation is
mhm,
follow through. So when you've clearly stated your boundary, you've
mhm,
given the opportunity, okay, the first time was an accident, you didn't know. Now you know. Now it's on you for the follow through. It's what you accept and allow at this point. So when you say, hey, you're stepping on my boundaries,
mhm.
remove yourself. Is when you got to take the follow through and remove yourself. Because what I've learned, not you in per se, but in a lot of people's purview, they stick around when their boundaries are being violated because they need a motherfucker. They need something.
Mhm.
And real talk, are you really setting a boundary? Are boundaries being violated if your ulterior motive is being served by violating your boundary? Is it really a boundary? Or is it just something that you prefer? You could deal with it if the outcome was right, if the incentive was good enough.
Hmm.
Well,
Is
a
it really a
therapist says if they
boundary?
keep
It's
breaking
more
it,
so a
then
preference.
No, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
not a
It's
boundary.
not about breaking it. It's about, because people will say the incentive for violating my boundary was good. It was worth the violation. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not really a
What kind of
boundary. It's just a
incentive?
preference.
Can-
Okay, so let's take the situation I put out there. A girl say she don't like the fact that I say bitch, right? She don't like the fact that I use the word bitch. But when I'm around
Mhm.
her, I trick off on this bitch. I spend mad money on her. She likes the fact that I spend money on her. So she sticks around through me saying bitch. Is it really a boundary or is it just a preference?
It's a
It's a
preference.
preference. It's a
Exactly. That's what I
preference because
mean.
she's accepting the behavior.
Exactly. So that's why I say it's about the follow through. That's why that stands out to me. If it's really a boundary, follow through on keeping your distance from it and setting it.
Mhm.
You can't say, "Oh, well, I have a boundary. I don't like to be around people who drink. But if the party and we having fun, I'm gonna have a few drinks just
Bye.
because."
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's like okay. So Vino, I didn't know at the time that I felt like I set a boundary with you because the conversation wasn't between me and you. But I end up saying, you know what, I don't. When people get too loud, when they get to talking loud to me, I shut down. I stop listening. And I can, if you're talking to somebody else, I'm still not listening. Like if you start to get loud with somebody else, I'm tuning out. So that's a boundary where I think that you took it and you was like, okay, Philly don't like when people talking loud. She tuning out. I've tuned out on you plenty of times when I heard that you get loud with other people. And I don't say nothing because you're not talking to me, but I'm not gaining or losing anything when you're talking to other people. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, well, he flipping out on her, or he flipping out on him, but shit, he ain't talking to me. I don't really know what's going on in this conversation. Like, I'm just really there like, I don't know what happened. Shit, he too loud for me. But I think that kind of set an expectation or a boundary between me, you, and possibly a couple of other people that were in the room that heard me say, "No, you get too loud around me. I ain't listening. I don't know what you're saying. You yelling at me. Come back later."
Hmm. I mean, I get that, and I have enough respect for you where I won't raise my voice in your presence. But fuck them other bitches.
No, I think you done did really, really good about that. Um, I don't know. I'm just like, if we can't talk to each other, I don't want to feel like I'm hollering at people, or that people are hollering at me, or that it look like an argument, or any I think that tone typically messes up a conversation. It's almost as bad as like when you're texting. If you have an angry tone when you're talking to me, but you're actually happy, but you sound angry, now I didn't misread what's actually going on. I don't want to misread that. So come and talk to me when you're not mad, because that's how I'm looking at it. You're mad about something.
And that just goes to something personal towards me, because in those types of situations, I generally look at the person receiving the tone as opposed to the person who's putting out the tone, because I understand that when words are passionate, they may be delivered with a little more energy or a little
Yeah.
different energy. So I never really, like, outside of a disrespectful phrase, I don't really listen to the tone as much as the word. Like if
Yeah.
you be like, "Fuck you, nigga," I'm listening to the tone then, because I can say a joke that's super funny and super fly, "Fuck you, nigga," and that's a different tone than "fuck you, nigga." So that's when I'm listening.
Yeah.
But as far as volume, like, I realize a lot of my problem is just volume. I have a voice that carries. It's a booming voice. It carries a lot of bass, and that throws people. That throws a
Yeah.
lot of people. I got that daddy voice where they be like, "Hey, sit your
Enjoy.
ass down." Yeah, you already know. Sit your ass down. And kids respond to that.
Yeah.
So I be trying not to use that voice too often, because I know, that frequency touches the base of a woman's spine and does something to her. I don't know, causes the shutdown.
Yeah. I mean, you've
Little
been
scissors.
a kid before, cause I know, like, when I was a kid and I'd hear my mama say my name at a certain tone, or if she would say my full name or something like that, I know that I'm in trouble for something. I know that she's mad, she's
First,
upset.
middle, and last.
Yeah. Now
Mhm.
my name is too long for her to have ever said the first, middle, and last. But yeah, it was just, with her, it was more so of a tone. Same
Philly
thing.
Alice A. Jenkins. No.
Oh no, it's longer than that. It's longer than that. But
So
like
Philly
my dad.
Alizé hypnotic drinking? No.
It's saying like it should be Felicity negligee something. Like
Dang, why y'all putting all this nasty, freaky shit in my name? Freaky drinks, alcohol, shit. Golly.
Damn.
But y'all gonna
Why
Felicia
call
couldn't
me
it just
Mercedes
negligee.
next?
why couldn't
Mm-hmm.
it been her real middle
Felicia
You
name?
ain't gotta
negligee
say
Felicia
too
season
much.
raisinets.
Felicia John Quetta.
John Quetta is crazy.
Almost, but more syllables in the middle name. More syllables.
I
I know
couldn't
what Mark
remember what
Weller
I can't
was.
remember what
John
you told me
Quetta
your
had a
middle
lot of
name
syllables.
was.
No,
Mm-mm.
and mine got even more. I think
That's why.
I think I was like 10 years old before I learned how to spell my middle name.
You got all
You
the
gotta drop it.
five,
We got all drop our middle names real fast, man.
No,
21
Never
nope.
will.
letters.
Never ever will.
No,
First of all, I
not
just
today.
told y'all niggas I got circled people stalking me. I'm not gonna give them no middle name so they can find me easier.
No, I know
I'm trying.
I said it
That
before, but
was
not today.
that was the hit that Vino's stalker asked me to, you know what I'm saying, execute on. I almost got that cash out.
Yeah, I done got all the cash out this bitch already.
That's wild.
I was trying to get my
Hey,
share.
Kels, don't start with that shit. I'll send her to you next. You know she be trying to talk to you at these shows.
Listen, I be running, bro. I want no problems.
She ran up on you
You
like,
see,
Kels, Kels, I'm not crazy, I swear. Kels.
Brink saved me. The homie Brink. Shout out to
Shout
Brink.
out Brink, the homie Brink, saving homies from crazy stalker deranged bitches.
I got
I was
Brooklyn for
like,
that.
I don't know what's going on, but I don't know what you be doing to these women, Vino.
Whenever it's shorty right up on you, tells her, I'm not crazy, I swear.
I don't know
I
what you be doing
Crazy
promise
to
man,
these
you,
get the hell
ladies.
out of here.
I've
Get your
never
crazy ass out
shown
of here,
any of
man.
these
It's over.
bitches more than 3/4 of my penis.
And that's why I'm
Dang
thankful
it,
I got
you put the
Brooklyn
tip
because
in or no?
I don't even be having to speak to none of these people if I don't want to. That shit
Did you
there.
put the tip in?
What?
I pull
No.
up at the cookout, the motherfucker like, oh, I see you in person. And I'm like, did you talk to my woman to see if you can speak to me? Like, don't do that to me.
I,
That's how you coming?
I am so
They
happy I
they
don't
fuck
have
around
these
in
problems.
Brooklyn dust their ass.
You do got
Yeah.
those problems.
Well, they
No,
look, she be on
no.
it. If they don't address her first, then nigga, you
That's it.
already pissed her off for the day. They,
You
Yep,
would have had the problems
and
it's a
I
if the
kind
wrap.
of be the
exes
same
wasn't
way.
such
I be
weirdos.
the same
Yeah,
way on
no, they
my end
gone.
sometimes too. Like nigga, if you don't at least say what's up to me first, I know you know her, but you can say what's up to me, and then let her tell you who I am. But nigga, just running up speaking to me first, I be looking like whose lost child is this?
Phil,
Don't do that.
you get worse than that, Phil. They be crossing the shit out your boundaries.
No, they don't.
You get
What,
dick
they be
pics from the
crazy
side
with
of a
Philly?
dark car. That's what you get.
You did get a random
That
FaceTime with a nigga
wait,
beating
they pulled
off.
the meat out in the car?
In the
She
They
dark
did get
pulled
it.
the meat out in the
They
car?
they was homeless. They
The
were
mighty
homeless,
Lee
living
Temper
in their
Ranger.
car, and they wanted to prove to
So
me
that
that they
was their
didn't.
home.
Yes, they wanted to prove to me that all people over like 5'8" don't have small penises. And they sent me an
You worrying about the
unwarranted.
wrong shit, nigga.
They sent me an unwarranted
You worrying about the wrong shit. You
penis
worrying about
video.
your height and the size of your meat and trying to prove points, nigga. Prove a point of residency.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Prove
worry
that
about the
and you
point,
height
know,
over
nigga.
the height of the roof over your head.
Right.
Yeah, nigga. Worry about the height of the arch of your doorway, nigga.
yeah. So
The
it,
gir-
yeah.
the
I mean,
girth of your couch.
I have situations that happen and they eventually go away. Bino has issues that stay.
Why we keep
Yeah,
bringing this back
that's
to
They don't
me?
cause
go
that's
away.
cause Brody he halfway entertain his issues.
I do, because I'm a petty ass nigga like that.
I'm
And
petty
that's
too,
why they
but they
gonna
Do
leave me
you
always be
like
alone.
the
with you.
toxicity, Vino? Do you like it?
No, I don't like the
He be
toxicity. And
dancing around singing
actually,
August
let's
Alsina.
talk about toxic because that is one of the words that we misuse a lot. Toxic.
I
You
think
see,
you don't set your boundaries, Vino.
What we think toxic is this relationship feels difficult or inconvenient, right? And
Mm-hmm.
what it actually means is a pattern of extremely harmful behavior that consistently damages your emotional or mental well being. Now, me, I cannot experience toxic because I'm here for the fuck shit. I'm petty. I will see your toxic and raise you double petty.
You like the monster in Fun Gully. You know, the more toxic stuff that touched the monster in Fern Gully, the bigger the little toxic. What was his name?
Yeah,
Smudge,
yeah, Schmo.
whatever his name
Sludge,
was.
right? Sludge.
Sludge, Smudge. What I can't remember,
Or
but
sludge. Yeah.
Yeah, Fern Gully.
Virgo.
That toxic monster got bigger every time. Other toxic stuff touched him. He turned colors and everything.
Yes, and I that's how I do. I love it when some bullshit happens because it gives me a reason. Like, and this is where it's like the in and out because it's like I don't want to be toxic, and I like petty. So if you're going to be toxic, you're giving me an opportunity to be petty.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it delights me. So it doesn't really damage my mental state. It actually gives me that release of the petty of any aggression or anything that I might be harboring. Because you hear me some days, Philly, when somebody try to come at me with some toxic shit and I can just respond like freely without having to have empathy for the situation, I feel
Holly King.
great. I feel great.
Do you
I
remember
told you.
that?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel like real talk, I be feeling physically sick sometimes when I gotta keep my petty in.
I told you I had diarrhea holding that petty in. Oh yeah, it turned into a whole shit bubble in my side, Kels. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Mm-mm.
Be having back pains and shit and motherfucking
But see, I
I've
felt like
seen you
that
laugh.
person was being toxic. So me, I don't want to argue with nobody. I don't want to go back and forth. You know, if we use my last situation, I just told him to leave. He didn't want to leave. And so I had to kick him out. And when I kicked him out, I started getting a whole bunch of calls and text messages and let me just talk. I don't want to talk to you. You're being toxic towards me because you're really fucking with my emotional state when you keep on calling and trying to talk to me. And I'm telling you, we don't have nothing to talk. We're just broken up. I don't have
There's
to be your
nothing to say.
friend. Yeah, just because we broke up and we didn't have an argument during the breakup, or maybe we had a small argument, does not mean that I want to. So you can't force yourself into my life. I feel like you
Right.
trying to force yourself into a situation is you being toxic towards me when I'm telling you I don't want you here.
Yeah.
Was it out of nowhere, or did you full on break down why you ain't want him in there?
We had multiple conversations from the car to him, like me telling him I feel like you're my third child, to him not getting along with Jeremiah. Like there were certain conversations that led to the breakup initially. So it wasn't like, oh, you just broke up with me out of nowhere. No, you knew that these things that were going on in this relationship were not working for me. I gave you the opportunity to still stay here because, I didn't want to just kick him out in the street. And because you felt like you were still living with me, you felt like we were still working on a relationship. And when I keep on telling you, no, we're not working on a relationship, I'm just trying not to kick you out in the street so that, you don't have nowhere to go. And so
Mm.
then it got to the point where that's actually what I had to do. I had to kick him out and let him flourish or drown on his own. in that process of that happening, you keep calling me, you keep texting me, you keep on telling me what you want to do when I'm telling you we're not going to work anything out, we're not ever going to live together. I don't even want to be your friend. I think that that's toxic when you try to place yourself into somebody's life that does not want you there.
Yeah, you're
If they
being
have,
intentionally harmful.
yes, if somebody has expressed themselves to you and said, "Look, I don't like you," or "Hey, you know what? You being around me physically makes me sick."
So basically, he ain't catch that. He didn't win you back when you allowed him to still stay there. So once you officially put him out, it's like, all right, this is done now.
Benny, would you
Because if a
sleeping?
nigga still living with you, if a nigga still living with you, you think he got a chance. I'ma just keep it real with
Yeah,
you.
and
If
I understand that, but let me ask you this then. Say you in Brooklyn, y'all living together, y'all living together, but y'all broke up, and y'all are still sleeping in the same bed, but she don't touch you for a whole month. Are you still gonna, as a man, are you still gonna live there? She ain't touched you, she ain't, y'all, y'all talk, y'all cool, but she
is
don't
he
have sex.
trying? Is he trying to touch? And for a whole month, you've been fighting it back.
Yes, we never touched each other for a whole, still sleeping in the same bed. But
Now
I
That's
got a
the
for
king,
a month,
problem.
if
I got a king size bed. It's big in there.
That's the problem, though. Still, you laying in the
No,
same bed.
I know,
It
I
sends a
know,
mixed
and
signal.
but no.
listen, but most men, and even you said this, Vino, you was like, man, if I would have been laying in the bed with you for a whole month and you didn't touch me, I would have left. Nobody would have had to tell you to leave. You would have left on your own.
But that's me. I'm different. Most niggas are stupid.
Yeah, but and that's the
Most,
same thing I was about to say. If I'm sitting there dick hard and for 30 days you've been fighting it back, every time I try to touch and you ain't touching me at all, okay, cool. If I'm trying to touch you and you hit me with the karate chops and the
mhm,
turnovers and to go in another room till I fall asleep and oh yeah, I'm out of that bitch in the next week or two. I'm not giving you a month to do all that. I'm just going to a
that's what
hotel to
most.
get $80 and I'm gonna go into a fucking hotel and thug
And
it out
that's
from
what
there.
most men say. But this person needed somewhere to live. They were being toxic in a situation because of something that they needed. They needed somewhere to live at. They would have rather
Check it out.
dealt with not
Check
being
it out.
touched.
I have put what I can in my car. I have called homeboys. Hey man, I need to leave some stuff at your crib. Hey man, I need to leave some stuff at your crib. Hey man, I need to leave some stuff at your crib until I
Hmm.
get a storage on it and put stuff in 3 different places, all
Hmm.
my belongings, and I'm in my car for the night. Or, yo, let me get 20, 20, 20, and 20. I got $80, get a hotel, the shower, shit, shave,
Hmm.
and figure out a way to get this money to keep rolling. I'm not gonna spend a whole fucking month. If you ain't gave me no inclination that it ain't no fixing to this, I don't want you. For all that,
I
I'm gonna
have
be on the
verbally
couch.
came out and told, not just me like not touching you, but I verbally came out. We've had conversation and said, I'm not fixing this. I don't want to be with you.
E-
You're
Even
just
then,
here so you can get yourself together and get your own place. I don't
even
want you out in the
then,
street.
I wouldn't. Even then, if that's the case, I wouldn't be in the bed. I wouldn't want to be off at the bed. I will take a couch,
Hmm.
give me a
Hmm.
couple blankets, and make a pallet. I'm in the hallway, the living room, wherever. If you adamant about ain't
Mhm.
nothing happening, I don't want to lay near you. I'm not doing that to myself. I'd rather sleep on the floor for a week or two and get ready to be getting the fuck out of here.
That's what most men that I hear say, but you gotta, I guess you gotta just know who I was dealing with to know
He
that.
thought he had a
Bro,
chance
I don't know
there's a
because
why.
you
sign.
If he
There's
thought
because
he
you
had a
because you
chance, then he was
because you
truly
allowed him to
mental.
still sleep in that bed. He figured one night, if I cover this breath enough and this dick hard enough, she gonna go and give me some, and then everything fixed.
Nope.
And then you
You
also
allow
gotta
don't
remember
even
You
too,
said
Phil.
cover his breath.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had bad breath.
yeah, he had very bad breath. But you also gotta remember this too, Phil. There were signs of mental deficiency, developmental issues. There were signs.
you think about TV and movies. When a couple having an argument, what happens? Somebody on the couch. Either the dude,
And I wasn't gonna go sleep on the couch in my own house. I
hell
just was
no.
not.
And won't.
So
But you
You
ain't went to
got
liver
those
room smell like that
instances
breath
where it's
either.
like, hey, the dude, you seen it, the dude I have a whole joke about, yeah, just gonna toss me my pillow and my blankets. I know what it is tonight.
Mhm.
Or he in the man cave, or
I
he
ain't
in the
finna wait.
little daughter room, and the daughter in the room with the parent, the other parent. What? Nah. If you adamant about I can't get no loving, oh yeah, we can go. That's
Yeah.
that. I'm
Hey,
working on
Um,
the
look,
next
hold
one
on,
because
real
you
quick,
ain't.
Kels got
Kels.
to roll. Look, Kels,
I
talk
got
to
an
the folks.
early
Tell them
day
where they.
tomorrow, y'all.
Yeah, tell the folks where they can find you real fast.
Oh, so I'll be here next week at same time, Psycho-Babble. But the week after, I will be at the Comics Rock Convention in LA. I will be performing with Rodney Perry and Melody Camacho.
Hey, Melly
Congratulations.
Camacho. I told my good friend Denny Live. He tell a story about the time him and Melanie Camacho hooked up behind the scenes at BET Comic View, but he won't tell that story.
Oh my.
Now you done put Denny
I
business
gotta
out
hear
there.
this with Denny.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell him you did that.
Denny
I
know
Gonna
gotta
I
put
I
say
my
gotta
that.
hear that with Denny.
my nigga business out there.
But Kel, look, good luck on that, man. Safe travels to the Comics Rock
Thank
Convention. I
you.
know it's a couple weeks out, but I know you're gonna do your
It's a couple
thing.
weeks out.
Tell Hope Flood I said never mind. I'm not gonna even go there right now. 'Cause
And
I'm
find her
gonna
Send
on
it
drop.
to
all
me.
platforms. Kels the Great.
Yeah, Kels
Kel's
the
the
great.
great.
Great talk
Give it up
tonight,
for Kel's
y'all.
the great, y'all. Thank you for coming through, Kel. Go
I
get to
All right,
that
cuz.
bag.
see y'all, family.
All right, talk to you later, Kel.
Look.
But yeah, man.
And you gonna tell Denny that, and he gonna call Vino doing all that spitting on the phone. I just had to.
No,
Mm-hmm.
then he gonna laugh. He gonna laugh his ass off. He gonna like, yo,
I know
Vito,
he
you
gonna
all
laugh,
right?
but it's gonna be a whole lot of spitting before you start laughing though. That's
It's just
all
like
I
that
ever
time.
think.
It's just like that time Denny Live told me that Gerald Kelly and PJ Lawless got into a fight, and Gerald Kelly had PJ Lawless all up in the trash, like rolled him out, like set him out for the garbage pickup in the morning. And he was like, yo, y'all gotta stop fighting. But niggas ain't want to stop fighting. So
Yup.
Denny Live sat on the steps of a brownstone and watched Gerald Kelly throw PJ Lawless in the garbage.
But he got on there. He's talking about I plead the fifth. But yeah, yeah.
Hey,
You know,
look, PJ Lawless got washed, man. Look, I can't speak on it. Look, I
that shit was
wasn't the one
funny.
there. I'm just telling you what I heard. And I trust the word. I trust the word of my man Denny Live. If he say PJ Lawless got thrown up in the trash, Gerald Kelly took that L. I'm happy Gerald Kelly caught that. I mean, Gerald Kelly took that win. I'm happy Gerald Kelly caught that W. So good look.
But no, I think that toxic looks different to everybody though. You
Toxic
know,
does
you
look different.
you 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 are very toxic sometimes, but no, I think that you've been honing it in.
Time out. Okay. And I'm willing to hear this because I want to know exactly what makes me toxic.
So sometimes it's not even that you've done anything. You have like this Jedi mind trick with people where they think that you're going to do something, and you just be over here laughing. You be on the phone laughing with me, and and it'd be crazy. And I'm like,
So is that actually me being toxic or people being
I,
fucked up and they're projecting?
I think that, okay, so that part, the projection part, but I also think that there are people that have known and seen you do things to other people, and they're just waiting on that blowback. Like, oh no, I know Vino gonna get his get back.
So
And so
now
I think
again, is
it,
that me or is that them?
so it's a little bit of both. Because I told you, we talk about it all the time. I'm a tit for tatter. If you tit me,
I'm
I'm
a
gonna tat
toxic.
your ass back.
I'm
And
with
don't
that.
be
I like
mad.
that.
And don't be mad when I tat you harder than you titted me. And I think that that's a toxic trait of mine
I'm
because
fine with it.
yeah, but it's based off of a reaction. I know that you did something that pissed me off. I know that I'm going to get my get back. I know that it's going to have some type of emotional, physical, mental, whatever type of blowback on you. I think that that's me being toxic.
Why is that you being toxic if you know that you respond to something a certain way?
Because I know that I can change that behavior. I know that I don't have to do that. And because I choose to respond the way I do, I think that that makes it toxic.
Once
Do
you
you
feed
Farted.
into
not
the
have to do it,
negativity,
or is it that you have followed through in your boundaries? My boundaries clearly state if you violate me, I'm going to make you feel it. That's my boundary.
but just
If
because
you
you let them know in advance, that don't make it not some certain instances not toxic though. You
No,
know what
it's
I'm
not. I'm not
saying?
saying it ain't toxic. I am saying it's not toxic. I'm
Mhm.
saying that it's a boundary. If I tell you, hey, if you disrespect me, I am going to give it to you back tenfold. That is my boundary. Do not disrespect me because I will always respect you the utmost. But
I
if
don't think that's
you
a boundary. I
violate,
think that's I think that's a consequence for somebody crossing your boundary. We got like the boundary is the rule of thumb, right? This
Mhm.
is what you've done to protect yourself. There's a consequence to crossing my boundaries. So I think that we don't need to confuse that because we already looked up what the definition of a boundary is. A boundary is not the consequence that comes with a person. A consequence is a consequence. It's the act of after you cross my boundary. I can either continue to be cool with you after you cross it. I can let it go, I guess. I can correct you. I can try to have conversation with you, or I can get in my petty bag.
Mhm.
I've been
and you see,
working on not being so much in my petty bag.
that's where I'm like kind of conflicted because I will say that I am toxic in the
Mhm.
sense that if I have expressly informed you that if you violate my trust, disrespect me,
Mhm.
play on my loyalty or my intelligence, I am going to go overboard. I'm going to do something, say something that will not seem rational. And I'm not even going to call it being triggered because it is not a knee jerk reaction. It is going to be something very calculated to make you understand why not to fuck with me.
Okay, so I went back to my handy dandy Google.
I saw you.
It's
I saw
okay,
you doing
so
this.
it so it says a toxic relationship is an unhealthy dynamic characterized by consistent manipulation, disrespect, and the lack of support. Now, I think that the one that you said was, I think there was a different
Disrespect.
definition. I think it went further.
Yeah, it went a little further with this toxic definition. It says a pattern of extremely harmful behavior that consistently damages your emotional or mental well being.
Okay, yeah. So it says the same thing over here if I read further. So if I say, look, I don't want to talk to you. You keep on calling me and you're consistently calling, leaving me voicemails, whatever, letting me know that your presence is still here.
That's
That is you
emotional.
being toxic. That is you disrespecting me. I don't want you calling me. You are being toxic. Now, my response to what you're doing being toxic, when I get disrespectful back with you, I'm being toxic as well. It might be a reaction, but we're still both being toxic.
I don't think I'm being mentally harmful though. I believe that in my version of toxic, I'm just showing you why not to fuck with me. I feel like it's more of a consequence than being mentally harmful. I feel like you were trying to mentally harm me,
Hmm.
trying to put me in a dangerous or bad position where I react
But
in
in
a
response, in response to my bad for cutting you off, but in response to them trying to mentally harm you, you top what they did.
Yeah,
So
but can you mentally harm someone who has the intent for mental harm towards you?
Absolutely.
yes, you're
You
topping what
feel
they
like
did.
I feel like that's not a, and it's just me, it could just be my opinion, but I feel like it's not me mentally harming a person. It's me, it's consequence to the actions that they did. Like how, you know what I mean? If you came at somebody to really try to tear them down, to do some wild fuck shit, like you know the shit I've been through, Phil, in certain
Mhm.
situations. I've had naked pictures released of me on the internet. I've had personal moments be basically exposed where I was in a very vulnerable place, and recordings were placed, and I gotta hear recordings of me on the voicemail and dumb shit like that. And if you put me in a hurtful place like that and I give you consequence behind that, like how is that me being toxic?
Because now it's I'm just going based off of the definition. If they're constantly disrespecting you and you're constantly disrespecting them back, then y'all are just ping ponging the toxicity. So both of y'all are being toxic towards each other. It is the consistent manipulation, disrespect, and a lack of support. So we
Now,
can't we can't twist and turn it to fit it how we want it to. We just have to call it what it is.
no,
It's
I'm just
toxic.
saying in that, yeah, I'm just saying in that specific situation of the person came at me foul and I just made put consequence to it.
Mhm.
Now, I will say I have been toxic. I admitted this to my therapist. I admitted this. I told Benny this. I told Polo this shit. I'll tell all you this shit. I was real toxic to this one bitch. This bitch, I did not like her. I was going through a lot of shit in my life. I only had sex with her because I was very depressed at the time.
Mhm.
And I used to find comfort in cursing her out. I would just call her and curse her out and tell her some dumb shit. But that was the toxic nigga routine because I know that this bitch was super toxic and she was gonna suck my dick if I kept it extra toxic. I would call her and say stupid shit like, "You stupid. You probably let me come over there, but you want to fuck me. You stupid. You." And then she would get super toxic, like, "You just want to come over here and fuck on me and do." And I'd be like, you probably pussy probably ain't even worth it. You talking dumb duck. And then next thing I know, dick in the mouth at 3 a.m.
Mhm.
Now that was toxic.
Absolutely.
Calling a woman another woman's name during sex is
Well, no,
toxic.
she asked you for that though.
It was all toxic.
Yeah,
Exactly. It was all
yeah.
You
That
toxic.
did
that
it.
that was strange. She was being
You did
disrespectful of
it.
herself.
Oh yeah, I
But
definitely did it. I did. How many times you
Certainly
get to
did it.
just sit there and call a woman another woman's name during sex?
I
that
You
you
gotta
certainly
take
love.
that. That's
did.
a bucket list here. You gotta
Call
cross
me the
that off.
bitch's name that you love.
Yeah, call me the bitch name that you love, even though I know me and you trying to do something.
It was. I don't
I
know.
had
I
I
don't
had
know if
it.
that was so much as toxic as it was strange.
It was
It's still
weird.
strange.
You was fucking a weirdo.
I definitely was. I definitely,
I think that
definitely
that
was.
was more so of a self-esteem issue within herself. So I'm not gonna say it was toxic, but there was
Some
definitely something strange going on
just
there.
just some weirdo pussy going on over there.
Yeah.
I had a instance, not necessarily it called me someone else's name, but someone get mad at me because I didn't fuck her friend yet. She wanted her
What?
best friend to enjoy that experience as well. Cause like when it happened, this was my wilder years. I always got before I start telling y'all stories and stuff, y'all gotta understand that a different time in my life, I was a different person, and I did a lot of things for different reasons. I never did anything weird. I never did anything that I would be ashamed to tell my dad about. certain things I know he'll grind me up about cracking jokes, but so it was a young lady. She was I was talking to one girl and her homegirl gave me some pussy before she did, basically. In the middle of the homegirl giving me some, she asked me like, "Why you ain't fuck my friend yet? Like, you need to come on with this."
That's very
And
toxic.
Oh,
and then later on, they winded up having a conversation about my dick, them two, with another girl that I had sex with, and they was trying to front on me.
I remember you telling me
But
about this.
but then the third girl held me down. Matter of fact, no, it went the other way around. The third girl was trying to front on my shit to them, trying, use me as the mutual person they knew and big dog me. But they was like, oh, maybe he called me big for no reason.
Yeah, I remember that story.
Hmm.
Okay.
Basically,
So, and I mean, and maybe we can find it and say, well, no, that's toxic too, because toxic relationship is a consistent manipulation as well. So, do you feel like, okay, well, they wanted you to add this person in, or they wanted to be able to talk about that, so to manipulate you to move a certain way? Like, I think that, so with the situation that Bino is talking about, just because I've watched that situation unfold, I do believe that she wanted you to do that in order to feel a little bit more close to you, to manipulate you into feeling a certain way about whatever type of relationship that y'all really didn't have. That's what it, because I was like, now this girl be hurting her own feelings. And I feel like sometimes that person wanted you to say and do certain things to make to kind of cloud your judgment and make you feel a certain type of way towards her, until hopefully you would. And it was like, no, y'all already had that conversation. It's not going to happen.
You've been saying that about the last couple of chicks that claim they
No,
like me. You keep saying that. They want me to like them more than I do.
that part.
And I'm sorry, I can't like you. I don't really like, people don't understand this. All the love that I have for women, I really don't like you bitches.
Well, that this person that wanted you, I feel like you went in there completely honest. Hey,
I
I
did.
have this past, I'm still not over my last situation. You know, I'm gonna give you my attention. I'm gonna give you my energy. I'm gonna give you my time. But you gonna have to work with me. And instead of saying, okay, I'm gonna work with you, I believe that she wanted to be that other person versus actually truly being herself, which you probably would have liked her a lot more had she done that. Or had she said, you know what? Go ahead, take your time, get over that situation and all of the other shit you was going through at the time as well.
Yeah, I thought a lot that time.
So no, I do think that it I didn't want to call her toxic at first. And I still don't know if I really want to call her toxic, because I don't really know what her plans or motivations was
No,
towards
she's
that.
definitely toxic. I sucked a titty and I had a sore throat for a week. I never told you that. That bitch toxic.
Okay, well, that's a different type of
that nigga's
toxic.
dirty.
Right.
I ain't never sucked a
That's,
titty and had a sore throat. That was
that's
wild.
that's that smudge. That's that smudge. But as far as Superfly situation, like, do you feel like that was some type of manipulation on what those ladies were doing to the one that you hadn't smashed yet?
It wasn't one that I didn't smash.
But at first you didn't.
Well, yeah, at first, at one point I didn't, and
Huh.
when she brought it up in the middle of us doing it, it was like awkward timing. You kind of, I don't know how strong your friend dynamics is, or how your friend really looks at me. You know what I'm saying, and what
Mhm.
y'all codes are, because you kind of shouldn't be in this bed right now.
Uh. You think that
Yeah.
was really her way of trying to tell you like she don't really want you to smash the friend because she's smashing you?
No, she was telling me she wanted me to smash the friend because she wanted her friend to enjoy that.
That's weird.
That's wild. Yeah. Like that sound like school day shit.
I, I don't know. And I feel like now I've had a lot of good sex with people. Okay, I've had a lot of good sex in my life, but I have never wanted any of my female friends to enjoy the same penis that I've had. Just in my opinion, like, oh yeah, that's
That's
some
weird.
good stuff. Now, if it happens, it happens. I don't even want to talk to you about, like, you probably already know that I smashed him before, or vice versa. We don't have to talk about it. It's not like, I think that's weird to sit around and compare and be like, oh yeah, I smashed such and such too.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's
weird.
weird. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird people, not even just weird girl or weird nigga. I think that's just weird behavior. Like I've
Mhm.
never sat around with one of my homegirls that I know smashed somebody that I've smashed too and be like, oh yeah, you remember that dick? That was some real good dick.
I was treated like a subject.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, that wasn't toxic. That was just weird.
That was weird. That was problematic.
It could have been.
Them hoes had problems.
You know, one of
It was nothing magic about it. It was nothing addict about it. They just had problems.
one of the phrases that I'm really caught up in this list of phrases that are overused and misused is the word antisocial.
All three of them bitches probably call themselves antisocial.
Mhm. Now the crazy thing is antisocial is weird because most people classify it as just like I don't like being around people. You know, I don't like I'd rather be alone. I don't like being around people. I'm antisocial. And that is very much dumbing down what the excuse me, beatbox was coming back. That's very much dumbing down what the meaning of antisocial is. The true definition of antisocial is a pattern of disregard for others' rights, rules, and a lack of basic empathy. Now, you got to listen to that. A disregard of people's basic rights, rules, and a general basic lack of empathy. Meaning that when you're antisocial, you kind of don't even acknowledge a person's right to exist. Just because you don't want to be around a person, that doesn't make you antisocial. Antisocial is like you literally walk in a room and will not speak to a person. Not because they've done anything to you, just because you don't feel like speaking today. You will, if you're antisocial, you're the type of motherfucker that will literally walk in a supermarket, see a long ass line at checkout, and just walk in front of everybody and start doing what you need to do. You're a general violator of decency.
Yeah.
Now, in hearing that, for the folks at home, how many of you really think you're antisocial now?
Because I'm gonna
Because
read what I got over here. I'm gonna read what I got over here just
what you
to
got?
dumb it down a little bit. Antisocial generally means being hostile, disruptful, or harmful to society and its accepted norms. In everyday conversation, it is often misused to describe someone who simply prefers to be alone, which is more accurately called asocial or introverted. Just because you're an introverted person does not mean that you are antisocial.
Yeah. Antisocial is a harm to society. You're harmful to society, meaning that you're borderline criminal.
So
So would
all of
you
these
consider
videos. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Sue.
would you consider certain hard drug dealers antisocial?
No, they're some of the most social people. They smile and laugh with people because the best way to get rid of drugs is to be nice to niggas.
But you harming your society though.
No, what I'm saying is in social circles, you're harming society. Like I said, that's full on criminal because you're selling drugs or whatever. But you're very nice to people when you're antisocial. When you're a drug dealer, you
What
meet a
was the
lot of
guy?
people in the day to day. Like when you're in any type of dealings of retail, monetary exchange, you're absolutely social.
I don't like to use like drug induced people as the example because I think that drugs bring on multiple feelings of you're higher than you don't want. So I think that that's just an induced feeling because when the person is not on drugs, they might be the friendliest person ever. So I would like to use what we call now Karens. I think that Karens. I believe that Karens are antisocial. You see kids outside selling lemonade. They're not harming anybody, but you just don't like that they're out there doing something productive. So you go over there and you cause an issue. You are disrupting these kids
That's
not doing
bullying.
anything. It is
That's,
bullying.
that's bullying. It still ain't antisocial. Because by the definition, y'all are saying antisocial is truly going against society's normals and standards.
Hmm.
Like you said, everybody knows standing in the line. You like, nah, fuck
Hmm.
that. I'm going to the front of the line.
Yep.
Everybody knows uh, if somebody coming up, hold the door or try to help somebody cross the street or pedestrians go first. Now, fuck that. I'm driving through. I ain't stopping. Like,
Yeah.
systematic norms, Now, I'm not, I guess antisocial people will be those folks that get the, what you call 'em plates when they say they traveling, not driving, and they don't need their license. They got that piece of paper for all that shit.
Clear. Mm-hmm.
You are full on like the insurgent that he tried to do back January 6th, what year before last or whatever. That would be antisocial, where they were trying to destroy the norms of our society. So what else? Somebody that don't want to abide by the laws of the
Mm-hmm.
road would be
Yeah.
antisocial. Uh, who
People who
else?
talk
Who else
during
are we in
movies.
groupings?
Shut up.
Yeah, huh?
People who talk during movies.
Yeah, that's
You're in the
antisocial.
movie theater
Being
talking like you're on the phone, just loud as hell in the movie theater.
Yeah, yeah. I'm coming to disrupt your norms. Yeah, you got your kids at the playground. I'm bringing my dogs out, knowing that they bark at little kids, that type of shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna disrupt anything common to y'all. I'm loud at the graduation type shit. Like I know they told us don't clap.
I got
I'm
one
going.
for you that's the most wildest. A nigga that'll take off his shoes and clip his toenails in a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Antisocial.
Some common like I said, I'm looking this up because I've never even looked up what antisocial was for real, but it says common examples include physical aggression, chronic lying, theft, vandalism, and manipulation. It ranges from everyday disruptions like severe bullying or public rowdiness to severe actions like animal cruelty and violence.
Okay, well that adds them Karens back in there then with the
Mhm.
bullying.
Yeah. So that's why I thought that's what that meant to me.
Oh, so that nigga who just lied to us for no reason about bullshit, he's antisocial.
Yeah.
Because he just be lying for no reason.
Janky promoters are antisocial. Yeah,
Yeah.
gatekeepers.
Um
Gatekeepers are antisocial.
when when your team loses and the people decide to riot and vandalize stuff and flip cars and
You
do
there
stuff like
for it?
that, that's antisocial. It's against social norms. That doesn't mean that you don't like to be social.
Having bad breath is antisocial.
Especially when you have free dental care. That's still never mind. Let me shut the fuck up.
No, don't shut the fuck up. Keep
No,
going.
no, I've been working on it. I've been working. See, that's when my toxicity, because I'm being disrespectful.
That's just petty.
I'm consistently being disrespectful. I'm being toxic in moments like these. But no, when you're in the military and you get free dental vision and health care and you decide that you're not going to go to the dentist and find out what's going on with your mouth, that is absolutely. I did. I stopped at that gas station and I bought some ruffles, the cheddar and onion ruffles. And then I was like, let me get some gum because these two things go together. I did. Yeah, you gonna eat some of these chips, and I'm be like, hey baby, before you touch this mic, because I done heard of after mic stench. Okay, I done heard of it. I didn't
Oh, I
want his
know a
breath.
lot of comedians leave their breath in the mic.
Yeah, I didn't want him to leave his
I ain't
breath in the
gonna lie,
mat.
that's the worst song when people leave their breath in the mic at an event.
Yeah, nigga leave their
I
breath in the
remember I
mic is
got I got the
crazy.
mic like, yeah, shout out to whoever breath up here with me.
Nah, and I know one time we went, he was the first one. He was the first person to go. I said, oh
He
no.
said he set the tone for real, for real. It's gonna be a shit show, y'all. You can smell it, you can inhale it.
I said, no,
I be hating
next
when
time,
somebody
I got it next time. I got it. I
I
got
be
it.
hating when somebody breath stinks so bad it make you check your own like
That's the sad part. Like them dirty, funky mics. Oh yeah, where you see food particles, and he's like, how many breaths did it take to make this mic stink? Like this is stainless steel covering most of the time on your microphone. How many breaths? How
But
many
they
minutes?
penetrated past the steel to the
Yeah,
No, so how
funky
many
part inside.
it's
so how many
electrical.
breaths?
no, when
Electrical funk breath.
I thought I was tripping because Mama didn't smell it, but when Bino was like, "No, I smelled that," and then Jeremiah came back and was like, "Yeah, there was a smell in the car."
Oh damn. When the little man got wind of it, that's when it's
Yeah,
horrible.
because I wasn't smoking no reefer in the car because we had little man in the car. So we had the actual smell of what was going on in the car. And that smell was horrible. It's burnt and I keep telling you, it's embedded in the motherfucking system. I think that shit's on my heating core. It's stuck all in the radiator.
I think so. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I think all of my exes are ugly now. Because I ran across something. I was like, damn, did that nigga always look like that? That's my toxic trait, though.
Like ugly niggas?
I originally didn't think that he was ugly.
Is that really a toxic trait though? Because I could contest that you're actually a great person because you've seen past their ugly exterior to find something worth.
Mm-mm. No, because normally I date guys and I know that they ugly going into it. But then when I date somebody that started out, like I'll be looking at them like, oh, that's a really handsome guy. After we break up, they be ugly.
And so is it that they were just always ugly and you just liked them and felt like they were handsome?
No, I think he changed something about himself.
Well,
I think what then happened is that when we was together, he was eating good, so he was a little chunky, and I think that he ain't been eating as good, so he done lost weight, and it don't look good to me.
well, you're not providing for him no more, Phil. You was a good man, Savannah.
I was
You was
just a good man. I was providing steak and lobster. God damn it! I ain't even know I had steak and lobster money.
like I learned that a long time ago with the women I was dealing with. Like most women, they fall off after they deal with me. They really, I call it the big Vino downward shame spiral. Like your money get acting funny. You start looking
Yeah,
sunken in the face.
yeah.
You
That's what I also saw. Like you dark skinned and you got darker circles under your eyes. That was crazy to me. I was like, dang, I didn't know that could get and everybody know I have like dark skin envy. I've always wished that I was or darker skinned.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
love I
we take
love
both.
I love beautiful dark skin, okay? Don't make that face. Don't make that face at me, Benny. But no, I always love beautiful dark skin. And
Said
so
I
when I see
always loved the
I,
black and blackers.
I do. It's something
the
about
better
dark
the and the
skin.
Yahoo's.
Double
Love
chocolates.
the
That's
dark
why that's
skinned
why I
dude.
can't that's why I can't stand that light skinned niggas is the one that always win me over.
She
So when
said,
I
I
get me a
wish I could be darker.
I did. But you seen my daddy. Y'all just seen my daddy. My daddy is the reason I can't be dark skinned.
Your
Okay?
dad red, he damn near red bone. Yeah, he
Daddy,
ain't.
my daddy look like a white man. You got to see the part of him where the sun done touched him,
The sun
okay?
swing parts, yeah.
The sun done touched that. He is lighter. He's as white as my damn coveralls, okay? Yes, I got on coveralls today. Leave me alone. But yes, my daddy is white as shit. But he's a black man. He's just very light skinned.
Coveralls.
Yeah. Overalls, coveralls, they cover all. Okay.
Coverall. That's why you can't get dark. You got coveralls on.
Yeah.
I'm
Go,
comfortable today.
go
Gotta
down
show your
this
titties to the sun every now and then. I did it earlier.
man.
I go and I've been sitting on that patio every day since I've been here. Just letting a little bit the Ohio sun and the Tennessee sun is somehow not sunning the same, okay?
They don't.
The sun out here is just making me sweat. The sun at home is actually, I'm a little bit darker than I was a couple of weeks ago.
It's a hotter sun, definitely, in
Yeah, so
Tennessee in these southern states.
I just go outside and sweat out here. I don't get no type of tone. But no, I didn't understand that. I was like, I just think he got like dark spots under his eyes. Like he's already dark. I didn't know that they could get darker.
I feel like all of our enemies turn into raccoons.
I shouldn't. I see. I shouldn't even. I didn't. Even,
Don't get on our bad side. God will take you. God will darken those eyes if you fuck with us. God will darken them eyes, and if you fuck with me, God will take you up off this planet. That's what he
but
do.
I ain't gonna play with God like that to say that. But
No, I'm gonna say it because I'm gonna be bold enough to say it.
God,
God will punch you in the eye with a righteous spiritual fist and just darken both of your eyes. And if you
but
don't get the message there, he'll snatch you up off this planet.
you know what, y'all? We have hit a lot of grown-up words or big people words tonight.
Big people
Superfly,
work.
what you got going on this week?
Oh man, this weekend. I don't know. I think it's a relaxing weekend for me. I know I got a studio session, so that should be fun. Follow me everywhere. Superfly No Wings. SUPA Fly NOWINGS. July 18th, I will be at the Bike Life event in my city. It's going to be for all you cyclists and e-bike riders. It's going to be an event at a trail. I'll be sharing the details. This will be sponsored by Philly Rough Riders and my team with the OSP network, which is Organic Soul Philly Network. It's gonna be pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a showcase there as well, and some vendors. You know, some you might get some cool shit for your bikes. Uh, August 15th, we will be having a Tiny Tent performance in Philly. Tap in. Smile, it's only life. I'm like, I've been fried for a long time. I've been trying to stay woke, man. I don't know. Y'all watch the live. If you play it back, see how long my eyes was closed.
You made it.
Yeah, I was fighting. I'm fighting for my life, Gail.
Thank you, bro. Awesome shit tonight, bro. Thanks for tapping in, man. The boys in there trying to fight. Like, I feel like you're doing this. You try to keep that eye up.
This to keep me woke though, just rubbing my forehead.
I know that feeling. I'll be there a lot.
Good night.
Benny Blanco Perry, talk to him, man. Tell him where they can find you.
What up, Times of Comfort and Joy, everybody. Comedian Benny Blanco Perry here. You can follow me at all social media at Benny Blanco Perry. January 13th, I got Jokes on the Patio coming up. January 18th. I keep saying January, July, excuse me. I'm high. July 13th, Jokes on the Patio at Ironclad. And then January 18th, Camp Band Funny. That's going to be at Club U out in Mechanicsville here in Richmond, Virginia. The next Famous First Friday is going to be August 7th. Doors at 7, show start at 8. Had a good turnout last go round, so I'm pretty sure August is going to bring it back with a little more. And that's got DJ Just Brooklyn on the ones and twos. Other than that, learn the words that we saying, because some people ain't narcissistic, some people ain't triggered, and some people ain't antisocial. And other than that, that's about it, man.
My brother. Thank you for tapping in.
Some people ain't triggered.
Some people ain't
And
triggered, they're
a lot of
calculated.
you motherfuckers ain't. And most of y'all ain't antisocial. You're just introverted.
You're just weird.
Or you just might be weird. I want to start this off by saying happy birthday to one of my good friends that's been in my life for almost 20 years now. Happy birthday, Justin. Justin is one of those people that he can see me on. He don't comment, but he'll watch the show and he'll see me and he'll be like, Billy, you don't look like you in a good mood today. Like, you good? And he'll just pull up. So happy birthday, Justin. I love you to death and to life, or however anybody says that. So happy birthday. But other than that, I am DamnItPhilly. Say my name like Hank Hill, y'all. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at DamnItPhilly. I will be dropping the episode of No Man, No Plan tomorrow. I just have to finish doing my little voiceover, y'all. These voiceovers, I don't like doing it. I ain't even gonna lie to you, I don't like doing it. But I've been out here in Cincinnati. Y'all got to meet my baby sister. She's 3 years old, and being in a house with a 3-year-old for the first time in years now, at this point, in 6 years now, is way different. So it's
She blew you to
busy.
death.
No. She actually like really, really listens, but she is just so full of energy, and I'm just like, oh.
So I was talking about the cartoon. Has she bluied you to death?
I love Bluey. If she wanted to watch Bluey, we could watch Bluey all day, every day. Bluey is probably like one of the best cartoons on the planet. Okay, like I love Bluey. The
First of
grandma's
all,
episode, the grandma episode where they was teaching them how to floss, and she said, "Janet, I slipped on my beans." Okay, I watch Bluey. I watch.
that damn disrespectful British dog. Ain't that Bluey? Bluey the one, the disrespectful dog?
No, but they teach her to be I mean, they teach her to be respectful. There's a lot of good lessons in there. I love it. Okay, I love it. I love Bluey. I'm so upset that Genesis is to that age where she doesn't like Bluey anymore because I ain't been keeping up with the new episodes. I like Bluey. So, disrespectful dog. No, she's being taught respect. Um, but other than that, y'all can catch me here every Monday and Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central on Psycho-Babble. I'm not going to be there, but y'all know I always tell y'all about Verse Therapy every third Friday in Nashville by Spoken Word. It's an open mic out there. If you sing, if you do poetry, if you do comedy, if you just need somewhere to practice whatever your craft is, go out there. You can get yourself on the list, and there also be a lot of good food there. They have this lady, her name is like Chef Sherry. She's from New Orleans. When I tell y'all, I be going out there and buying 2 dishes, knowing I'm gonna eat one that night, and then the next one the next night. It's a lot of good food. It's a good time. There's a lot of good people there. So Burst Therapy is not this Friday, but next Friday on the 17th. Bina, what you got going on?
Thank you for tapping in, Phil. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Y'all know what it is. Please use your words with care. These are big words to describe big emotions. It's not good to be frivolous about it. You can use a couple words to describe me and find me on IG or any social media platform. Those words are Big Vino Comedy on all platforms. You can find me at www.comedictherapy.xyz. That will keep you up to date on all the latest, be it tours, be it merchandise, be it just, you can watch this podcast, a replay of it on comedictherapy.xyz. I really appreciate each and every one of you stopping through. I would really appreciate it even more if y'all would buy out every bag of High Hopes coffee. This coffee shit is real. And you know, people keep asking me, does this coffee have weed in it? Is this coffee gonna get you high? And I like to tell them, hopefully. Hopefully it will. But that's all up to you, what you smoking while you drinking it. 3 flavors: hazelnut, French toast, carrot cake, because I'm a fat nigga. Go buy some today. You can get it. Just tap the link. I ain't even put no shipping and handling on it, so I'm gonna just send it straight to you. I actually got to send out some merch later on tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go to the post office and send out the merch. Everybody who orders shirts, coffee, all that good shit, I got you tomorrow. I wasn't gonna do shit during the holiday, and I was dragging my feet today. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna make it seem like it was a bunch of hell up. I just needed a day or two to just kick back and just take it easy. But y'all shit is in the mail tomorrow. I promise. Other than that, look out for me anywhere. Look out for me coming down to Jacksonville. Look out for me in Texas. Look out for me all over the place, man. Y'all, it's about to be a summer of Vino. I'm starting to get some traction on the internet. I'm getting 500,000 views on shit nowadays, so I feel good about that. Y'all starting to understand that this is more than just a guy on stage being funny with his friends. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tapping in with us tonight. Whether you were smoking or drinking or, just in the chat talking shit. Shout out to all the people in IG talking. Oh shit, Juno Star came in, man. Juno, how you doing, baby? What's going on with your hairline?
You gonna be down on your end soon. You got a show down in 757 coming up.
Oh man, I'm coming through. If Juno is gonna be on stage.
I just seen a flyer for him earlier today.
No, because you know how it is. Sometimes you gotta stand in the midst of a bomb.
And he had to look like, yeah, I got a hairline. So you got to go see him.
Juno, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm about to get you a fedora. And you wear that on stage. But you gotta wear socks if you do it, because I don't know what it is, but I feel like you got some country ass feet.
Nah, he ain't at fedora stage yet. Nah.
He ain't at the fedora stage?
Nah, man. He ain't stealing nobody else shit. I can tell you that.
I feel like he's country enough to wear wingtips with a sweatsuit.
The jokes and opinions of Juno will forever and always be just the jokes and opinions of Juno.
Nah, the way his hairline fell out, his brush might have been toxic.
He gonna be all right with the baldy. He just don't want to go on and bald it. I would bald it.
Because then his do-rag would be useless. You can't wear a do-rag if you bald. That's just his great grandfather passed him that do-rag.
I bald it and had a fitted cap on, all different colors and shapes and sizes. Keep a hat on.
I told you the story of how Juno's family created do-rags, right? The first ever do-rag was created by his great grandfather, Ebenezer Fitzgerald Turner.
He took the hard part of the family because his brother hairline ain't like that.
Yeah, Ebenezer Fitzgerald Turner made the first do-rag out of a burlap potato bag, a burlap potato sack. And what happened was all the starch from the potatoes was in that burlap sack. So when he tied it down and he got to working in the fields, because he was a sharecropper, he got to working in the fields. All the starch from sweating out of the burlap bag laid down his waves, and he got the first wave pattern. That was the first version of Blue Magic. See, people don't know that Blue Magic actually got potato starch in it. That Blue Magic grease. So I want to give it up for Ebenezer Fitzgerald Turner for slicing up that burlap bag and giving us do-rags.
He got to come back for a response. He got to find something to say back.
He never will. What he gonna say back? He got that.
I don't know, like he gotta say something like, yeah, Vino, the reason they started, breaking pit bull puppies' legs to make them go in like that or something. Like, he gotta say something.
He ain't gonna never say nothing back to nobody.
He gotta say something. Golly, like
he gonna never say nothing back to nobody because he want to be able to be like, yeah, I'm cool with such and such. If a nigga get on, Juno gonna let it be known that he know the nigga.
But you know what though? Vino got respect for people that can come with a joke back. Like, that's the thing. Vino he don't get mad when people make a joke.
Try no more because it ain't gonna work. It's gonna go over niggas' heads or under niggas' feet. I don't know which way you want to say it. It ain't gonna connect with niggas. It's gonna go around the left of them. It's gonna go around the right of them. It's like the wind. You ain't gonna never be able to just harness it. Juno is the airbender.
You know what, y'all? Buy you some High Hopes coffee
Joke bender. Juno the joke bender.
No,
The joke
no.
bender.
It's time. It's time to go. It's time to go, y'all. It's time to go.
It's just gonna go all
Smoke weed
around the
when you wake
audience.
up and get your day high.